I'm Coach Ant.
I'm Coach T, and we're fans that know some.
And today we are going to dive right into it. You guys
Hold on.
What's up?
I want to give a special shout out to Coach Ant, who just finished his sports analytics and AI course from Sports Management Worldwide. That's good stuff, man. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
appreciate
get
it, man. I appreciate it, man.
So we're going to dive into those Bills and Browns, right? So to you, what was the single biggest turning point in that Bills Browns game?
I would say the first turnover, the interception that bounced off of Junkins.
Yeah.
Because we had the momentum, we were driving. You can tell we figured out what they were doing.
Yep.
And we were in, scoring territory.
Yep.
So you score, whether it's 3 points, it would end up being a 3-point game, but you score 3 or get a touchdown, you keep that momentum going.
Yep.
That changes the game. I know there were a multitude of different things that, happened throughout the game that could have changed it, but if you asked me for one key takeaway, I would say that one.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I would have to say when Junkins went down, man. For me, I think that kind of left the game unbalanced, the game plan and your scheme that you had going, because he was actually having a good rushing game up until that point, right? So, I think, in lieu of the drop pass or the misplacement of that pass or whatever that was picked off, I think him not being part of that game changed the complexion of that game as well. Yeah,
his rushing was it was okay.
It was all right, but it was making a difference. Though I feel like they were able to focus more on the passing game without a Junkins in the game. You know what I mean, so to speak. So yeah. So analyzing those key plays, what would you say was the ebb and flows? Like, how could the game unravel if he was to be part of the game? Did you feel it would have helped him, or would have the outcome been the same?
You know what? The one thing I do like about it, we did get, some running production from the guys that stepped in with Sanders, and then the scramble plays that Shedeur showed. He ended up being the leading rusher.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I agree. When Junkins goes down, he does have the ability to make big plays.
Yep.
Despite the issues that we have on the offensive line. But knowing that he's in there, it does make a difference. But I just think just seeing how the Bills' defense, being one of the top defenses, past defenses, it did allow them to do some of the things they've done all year with how they disguise their coverages and things of that nature. And when you have so many gaps on your offense, being my Browns, it's hard to overcome.
Absolutely.
But I was proud of what we did. I mean, you still want to win the game. You know what I mean? But I know the reality of what the goals are for us. You want to win, but it's an uphill battle with what we're dealing with.
Yep. Agreed. So you're at a fork in the road, right, with your quarterback situation. So what do you think about your organization drafting a rookie quarterback in the state that your quarterback room is in now? See, you got Deshaun Watson still, you got Gabriel still, you got Shedeur Sanders there.
Now, before I hear you, I wanted to point at these stats right here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because so many people, they look at the stats, and we've seen so many people breaking down film of Shedeur, or some people don't even watch Browns games, and they look at the stats and they try to paint a picture based off of that.
Okay.
I want to put this into its proper perspective, okay? We're okay with the fact that you got MVP. Josh Allen.
Yep.
He only threw 130. The key takeaway, though, you see he didn't turn the ball over. That's a veteran quarterback play. He took what the defense gave him, and, he got his team in position to win.
Okay.
His line played relatively well in the game. But you look at Shedeur, you take away, you look at his stats versus an MVP. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's comparable.
Yeah. Now, again, you got the 2 interceptions. We know the one pass was behind Junkins a little bit. It bounced off of him.
Yeah.
That was one. And the other one got tipped. I wanted to point out, even on that tip, the one thing that you saw, the offensive line, they were getting pushed back into, the quarterback losing that battle at the line of scrimmage. It's not an excuse. People, when you break this stuff down, they have to understand when you are analyzing the good and the bad of your game, and you've been there before in these rooms, you're looking at, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
And that's all we're doing. We're pointing out, okay, what happened? How can I be better? There's a couple things on that tip play. He could have, once you see that, maybe not try to throw it and shift around and then throw it. Or if the line of scrimmage, the offensive line wins that battle and you don't have as much of that pressure and getting pushed back in the quarterback face, now you don't put those guys in a position to make it easy to tip the pass.
Yeah.
But again, it's not an excuse. It's just breaking down the why.
Yeah.
So, but you were talking about
So you, even with this, I mean, we obviously see that Sanders has the ability and capability to run this organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that it's necessary in order to stay ahead of the limit that you're already in? Go ahead and draft a rookie quarterback. Even if you're going to stick with Sanders, you still have Gabriel, you still have your injured guy still on the roster that you got to deal with. What's the pro and con of drafting a quarterback like Mendoza, so to speak, from Indiana if he comes out this year?
My thing is this: one, no, do not draft another quarterback. Like, what are we doing?
Okay.
And the reason I say that is, okay, if by drafting another quarterback, you're saying that you have the for sure shot quarterback, that there's bar none for sure this guy is it. Even if that's the case, right? You are under the mindset of thinking you put him in this same predicament that Sanders and even Dylan Gabriel has been in this year. You're saying that the rookie quarterbacks coming out this year would overcome all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they would make their impact would be that much better than what you're seeing.
Okay.
Outside of, every rookie quarterback is going to make mistakes. They're going to make, reads that they want back. But you're looking for signs of like talent. You're looking for signs of can they command the offense. You're looking at a spark. You're looking at are the fans behind them.
Right.
When I look at Shedeur, we already saw one of the most popular athletes in the world.
Right.
And he's on the Cleveland Browns. You got people who across the globe are watching the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you want that star power at the quarterback position. That's number one. Number two, you've seen the talent of what he can do. In that game, again, he led the team in rushing. We have a chance to win because of things that he does. Mm-hmm. That's what you want in your quarterback. And then you want the things to say, okay, the imperfections, what are those, and can we fix those things? Okay, every game you've seen him improve.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've seen the things that you want to see.
I'm following.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I follow you.
And that's my biggest thing. Like, he's already shown the fact that you build around him. Why would you want to draft another quarterback? And the last thing I would say, from a financial standpoint, you're paying him as a 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You've already drafted another rookie quarterback in Dylan Gabriel.
Yep.
And you're paying a guy that's coming off of IR, $80 million for
that's a
coming
problem.
into next year.
Yeah.
Why would I financially spend more draft capital and more money on taking a quarterback, the highest paid position, or nowadays it kind of fluctuates, but one of the highest paid positions, on a position where I'm like, I have enough to build around and I can address other issues. Financially, it makes no sense to do that.
In your business, right? Yeah. For your organization, it makes no unless you plan on trying to unload Watson somewhere else, in the off season.
Who's going to take that?
Exactly. But one caveat, and then we'll move on, is I'm speaking from a Steelers perspective.
Okay, give it to me.
You don't allow one quarterback to franchise your organization. Yeah, he could be the future, but what happens if he gets hurt? Your line stinks. If he gets hurt, who's next?
That
10 years down the line, after he may come back and be that, Roethlisberger of the Browns, have you set your organization up for that next QB?
But my thing is this. My counter to that is that's why you said the line stinks.
Yeah.
You draft line.
Okay.
All right.
And
you already have another 24-year-old in Dylan Gabriel. Now we know. Hear me out. Hear me out now. You said, what if he gets hurt?
Yeah.
Right. Now, Deshaun Watson is coming back. You have a veteran quarterback that's still in his, his 20s. I mean, not early 20s.
Right. He's still in his prime. Yeah.
He's still in his prime. You don't know what you're going to get out of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? However, he comes back healthy. He has talent. You know what I mean? He just had the injuries. So my thing is, you have that as a security blanket. Then you have another young guy that I'm thinking of it from an athletic standpoint, being an athlete. I know in the world of analyzing guys and saying what they're not, I always give athletes the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
You never know what fire is burning in Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
What I see him as a backup, to be honest with you.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, that doesn't mean if you draft some linemen and you draft some targets, another receiver, he can have some success. I believe Shedeur is better than him and to have more success. But to answer your question, you have 220, Shedeur 23, Gabriel's 24. That's your young youth right there, quarterback. Yeah. Then you got Deshaun Watson,
who's a veteran that you can learn from,
and he's not 30 yet.
Yeah.
That's your quarterback room right there.
All right.
Use your financial capital to fill all the other gaps, and then go from there. Why would you throw another quarterback in there?
It makes sense, but we all know the Browns are the Browns. So I'm just saying. But yeah, that's good stuff, man. And just give me one more take with this Browns situation, right? What do you say to those, or how do you counter that narrative that he holds the ball too long? Like, there were some times in the game where, especially at the end of the game, when he had the when he threw the ball like by the goal line, you got to see that a little bit earlier and get rid of it. But give me your take on that. How do you counter that narrative?
Well, he explained exactly, how he knows those are things he needs to work on. But in his mind, again, he was seeing what the safety was doing, and the safety took away where he wanted to go. You counter trying to process what you see.
Throw the ball away.
But yeah.
Okay.
But again, if you process what you're trying to see,
right,
on top of a line that's not holding up.
Absolutely.
At that moment, Buffalo stepped up their blitz packages on a line that's not experienced to handle the blitz packages. So again, it's one of those things where you have him going against all those things that's countering him being a rookie trying to process all those things. So to your point, that's something that you can learn from and work on.
Right.
So when he's holding on to the ball, the average fan is thinking he's holding on to the ball and you got guys wide open all over the place, not understanding like there's a rhyme and reason to that. There's times where, he could, once you look at the film, it's like, okay, maybe I could have went here. Maybe I could have went here. But there's times where you may think something is open and you're thinking the defense is baiting you into something. And as a quarterback, I see that, then I don't throw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically the game is still a little too fast for him.
I mean, I think any rookie, and the other thing, the major difference that I see though, because people talk about the comparing him and Dylan Gabriel, especially with this last game.
Yeah.
I've seen people already, he got checked down. He doing check down, this, check down. Think about this for a second. This is where they're different, okay? When Dylan was in, teams were leaving and giving us opportunities to go deep. We weren't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The line wasn't as banged up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll give you that.
And the run game was working a lot better early on, and Dylan was still going check down.
Okay.
Here comes Shedeur, opening up, going deep. When we thought we had no deep threats, all of a sudden,
with 1 week of practice,
now teams are saying, guess what? We can't let this kid go deep.
Yeah.
And guess what? When they go, man, he's fine. His accuracy is finding guys like boom, boom, boom.
Right. And
throwing
guys
darts.
Guys are dropping passes that are on point, I feel like him and Fannin have he's found that number one guy in Fannin. They have real good chemistry. So imagine putting some more weapons around him. I feel like it'll be a real dynamic offense,
right? So
to complement that D. So yeah.
But then, but when you think about what was the one thing that, to your point earlier about holding on to the ball, he's trying to make that big play. So he learned from that, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? The check down is there because teams are taking away
the deep
not
ball.
the fact that it's wide open. They're
Right.
taking it away, and he learned, like, I can't wait for that big time play.
Gotcha.
So now he started hitting the check down. And then guess what? They start giving him lanes to run.
Yeah.
What did he do? He started to take the run.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making is every game he has learned from the previous game and improved the next game. That's why you stick with him and give him weapons.
All right. There you have it. Put him in the front office, guys.
I'm ready.
He's ready.
I'm ready.
Facts. So are you saying that Shedeur is the future?
Yes. Shedeur is the future. We need to build around him.
Okay.
And we'll be fine. We've seen enough. We've seen enough of what he can do to build, and I'm happy with what we're seeing.
Perfect.
So, you know what? With that being said, we talked a lot about our Browns, so I'm going to shift to your Steelers, okay?
Let's get it.
So the first thing I got to ask, I mean, that's a funny picture right there.
Yeah, that's Batman and Robin, Warren, and Gainwell.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, first, man, what happened with that with DK Metcalf, and like what's your take on that, man, with fans and athletes and that whole situation?
My first initial response is, why are you over there with a fan while the game is going on? Right? Okay. Fans are going to be fans. You know, we've been in stands where fans are heckling while we're playing.
Yeah.
We're so locked in and tuned into the game. I'm not even worried about what they're saying. You might hear what they're saying, and if it's anything that adds fuel to the fire, I'm going to go out there and take it out on the team. So what DK Metcalf showed was not toughness, because he's 6'4", like 230 pounds.
Yeah.
And from the looks of the person, they were scrawny, and you know what I mean? He could hurt him bad. So it was really no point in really addressing that at that time. If you wanted to address it maybe after the game, you go over to the fan and say, hey, why ABC?
Or do you even address it?
Or do you even address it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you, at some point where you're a star in this league, you have to accept the responsibility of that, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, fans are going to be fans. Stars in this league are going to be stars. You got to take the bitter with the sweet, and some things you just got to
let it go.
Let it go, man.
All right, I feel you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get into the football side of things, okay?
Yep.
So Steelers holding a division lead. Rodgers been consistent with his play. So are the Steelers built to sustain dominance in not only the AFC North, but just moving forward in the playoffs? You guys already got the North. I mean,
I wouldn't say we have the North yet, because, I mean, from what we've seen, we don't know what Steeler team is going to show up from week to week. You asked the question, are we built to be dominant? I think we're built to stumble from week to week and have the ability to trick half of the league into believing that we're contenders.
Gotcha.
You know, I'll take the wins, okay?
Right.
They're ugly. And you said consistent. I don't know what you mean by consistent with Rodgers being a consistent quarterback. I mean, his QBR, the average is 44.5. I mean, that stinks. That's like bottom half of the league. Now, if you go with quarterback rating, 22 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions, okay, you expect that from a vet like Rodgers. But to say that we're built, no, not.
And it's funny you say that because
no,
that was a trick question. Consistent play, consistent good, consistent average,
consistent mediocre,
and that's what I mean.
Exactly.
So are you guys with knowing the fact that the play has not been as like elevated that you would think at that position, is it enough? And it seemed like yesterday when I look at because you guys beat the Lions. I mean, that was a good win. But
you can't frown at the dominance of stopping the run game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We held the passing game in check to a certain extent until we got complacent and start playing that prevent defense. So you mean to tell me you play aggressive for 3.5 quarters, and then with 5 minutes left, 2 touchdowns, you're up 12 points, you decide to go conservative against a high-powered offense? Come on now. I'm just saying, like, as well as I know, you from more of a basketball perspective, you put your foot on the gas until 0-0-0.
Yeah.
Especially against a team like the Lions.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs started eating at the end of that game. He not during running, but when the passing game and we start leaving linebackers on running backs, he ends up getting in the end zone. We could have had the shutout. At one point, I remember when the Steelers used to pride themselves on shutting people out of the end zone. If a running back doesn't get in the end zone, that was a win, somehow, moral victory.
Gotcha.
But when you start calling conservatively and start that passive aggressive, you see what happens. You win on a fugazi play at the end of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, you're talking about a lot about the pride and some of the play calling. So there's been a lot of talk about Mike Tomlin coaching. Is this it? Do you think he's still like the secret weapon to you guys' success? And are you confident in?
I don't think there's anything mystical about what Tomlin is doing. He's been doing it since he's been in the league, right?
Yeah.
The magic in that is that he's able to take a roster like this that we have right now and still manage to get these guys to be competitive every week.
Yeah.
That's the magic in his formula. I mean, you can't. I think him being a player's coach and being able to reach, guys and get them to tap into some sort of their potential, even in spite of the roster where I feel like this roster may have retired some coaches, half the coaches in this league right now.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So to say, is it the, I don't think so. I just think it's just magic on how he's
getting. Is it his magic though? You know what I mean? I mean, because you gotta, if the coach is getting the most out of a roster that's not an elite roster, you got to give him some credit, right?
Okay, I agree.
A lot of credit, actually.
You give him a lot of credit, but also we've capitalized off of the league, the team's mishaps also. So you win the games that you're supposed to win, right? And then the games that you shouldn't win, that you feel like, hey, we're getting ready to get blown out, somehow the guys managed to make 2 or 3 more plays. It's really amazing to me how, this team played this week without a TJ Watt on the field, you know what I mean? And backups coming in and filling in, it's just, I wouldn't say it's just all him. I just think he's a coach that is able to reach players and make them believe in themselves at certain points in time. I'm still not, fool's gold is what they're holding. I'm still not convinced because, I mean, week in and week out, you never know which team is going to show up.
So what
these two guys right here were big this week. They've been missing, one or the other. Jaylen Warren will have a bad game. Gainwell take it on his back, and he'll score the points. Like, I'll take it. Let me be the guy. This time, they both look like Batman and Robin.
Okay.
200 yards on the ground. We'll take it. If we're going to win, if we're going to make any type of deep run, it's proven that in December you have to be able to run the ball. It's going to have to be these two guys to do it. DK, he had 9 targets, 4 catches, 46 yards. He's supposed to come in and be better than what we had in the Pickens, right?
Right.
Thielen had more yards than you, bruh. 47 yards off of 4 catches.
Well,
when are you going to stand there? When are you going to, step up and be that guy consistently? So to answer your question, man, he's not. He's not the magic, so to speak, or he's not the
The answer,
the secret weapon.
Secret weapon.
No.
So you know what? I mean, I would say that it's wide open. At least you guys are heading into the playoffs. I'm excited about our future. We got a lot of young guys that's producing, and we're adding a lot of equity in that playing time that they're getting. I say let's build on to it. And for your Steelers, you say what?
Lord help us. Because I want to win. I want to get a playoff win, but we just been so inconsistent. The AFC especially, everybody bulked up to beat the Ravens. The Ravens debacle, it happened. And then it happened with the Bengals. And then your Browns, they started off with a spark.
Mm-hmm.
So we've capitalized because our coach, I feel like, has been able to just, get these guys to capitalize and see that bigger picture. Like, these guys are down, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's get these games while we can.
I see it. You guys definitely did a great job, at least doing what you're supposed to do to get the wins. And again, I feel we'll see what happened the rest of the season in a draft for us. But if we pick a quarterback, I'm telling you, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. So, all right, man. That's a good take. We really wanted to cover our Browns, Steelers, touch on some of the other AFC North things that's going on, but we do got to bring the guys back and we'll dive into it. So,
absolutely.
Again, I'm Coach Ant.
I'm Coach T.
Peace.